Someone didn't hack you. Someone didn't attack you. But you installed the hack yourself. From a marketplace you trusted with five-star reviews, and by the time you noticed, passwords, API keys, crypto wallets, all gone. This actually happened February 2026 to a lot of people. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how, and I will also try to map it in a way that you can understand it and defend against it. So, let's go. Happy learning. Welcome back to my channel Security Bit. I am genuinely a human who is trying to teach you about AI security, which I find very funny every single time. This episode is OpenClaw Exposed, and sort of the entire series is AI security series where we will pull real AI security examples, maybe demos, maybe concepts, and learn about them. In this video, we are talking about ClawHub supply chain attack. We will talk about a real incident, real malware, and we will map it to actual tactics and techniques using a matrix. So let's start with a story before we even dive into the details. Now, picture in your mind a roadside apple stand. People trust you, and you have sold good apples for years. One day, a stranger says, I've got a new apple for you. It's super trending. Can I put it on your stand? And you say, sure, it looks perfect. If people are going to buy it, then why not? But inside that apple is a worm. The moment a human bites it, it crawls into them and it knows everything they are carrying. You are the apple person. You didn't write the poison, you just distributed it. So your trusted apple stand just became the weapon. And that is what ClawHub.ai became. So before we really dig into more details, let's just try to understand the actual concept which we're trying to learn in this video, and that is supply chain attacks. And again, attacker doesn't come after you directly. They are not hacking you directly, but they are poisoning something that you already trust so that the attack arrives with your blessings. Your firewall will let it through, your antivirus, your EDRs, your DLPs, no matter what, they might not flag it. And let's not just talk about supply chain attacks in the computer world or in the world of computer science or in the tech world. Let's talk about 1982. Tylenol poisoning, if you've heard about it. So, nobody broke into homes of people. They just walked into stores and tampered with bottles which were already on the shelves. Trusted brand, trusted stores, zero suspicion, and the supply chain was the weapon. And swap that Tylenol bottle with the ClawHub skill. Swap that store shelf for AI marketplace. Same attack, but this happened in 2026. Now, here are some real numbers, right? Let these land. So 341 malicious kills were confirmed in ClawHub. That's not a guess. TrendMicro confirmed it. 12% of the entire marketplace was poisoned. About 135,000 OpenClaw instances were sitting on the public internet with no password, no authentication, wide open. And 354 malicious packages were uploaded by a single attacker, one person automated done. Now, there was this skill in the whole marketplace. It was called What Would Elon Do? And Cisco scanned it and they found 9 vulnerabilities, out of which some were critical. And it also found that the particular skill that was actually sending your data to an attacker's server. It was downloaded thousands of times before anyone caught it. So that is how supply chain attacks scale. They don't have to be clever. They just need to look popular. Now, let's let's try to understand that this is not new. Supply chain attacks are not new is what I was coming to. Even in the tech space, right? September 25, we have heard about npm, right? The same playbook was followed for OpenClaw. In November 2025, OpenClaw launches. In late January 2026, it goes viral. And in February 2, on February 2, Claw Havoc were discovered, and finally, different popular security vendors and companies just flagged the whole thing, right? Now let's try to understand the entire OpenClaw and ClawHub ecosystem. So OpenClaw, if you don't know about it already, I have created some shorts on this topic, but let me try to just give you a brief about it. So OpenClaw is like a autonomous AI agent on your machine, right? It will connect to your messaging apps like your WhatsApp, Telegram, or whatever. And then you can send emails, run commands, read files. Basically, you can think of it as an agent that has full access of your system. And ClawHub, let me see if I can quickly show it to you. So ClawHub is this. ClawHub, these are the skills that I was talking about that people uploaded, and there were some malicious skills that were found. So ClawHub is sort of a marketplace where there are different skills that people could use, and skills are defined in a file called skills.md. And installing one of them actually like might mean that you are sort of installing privileged code, right? That's what you can say. Now I want to tell you something that Palo Alto, the vendor, they call this like a lethal trifecta. You know why? Because there's private data access, there's untrusted content ingestion, and there is external communication. You have all three in OpenClaw by design. So definitely it's a recipe for disaster in some ways, right? So Microsoft also said that if you are using OpenClaw, then make sure that you treat it, or if you're using any of the skills, make sure you treat them as untrusted code execution with persistent credentials, and it is not meant for standard workstations. Do not use your simple Windows or Linux or Apple machines to just, or your Mac machines to just get it working. Now, it's recommended that you use some sort of VMs, right? Now, let's see how the attack worked. So, first of all, if you look at it broadly, there are 5 steps, okay? Let's just try to understand each step one by one. Step number 1 is uploading of that poisoned skill, right? So attacker will create a skill that looks completely legit. Inside that there is skill.md. I was just showing it to you earlier, and there is a fake prerequisite section, and in that fake prerequisite section they have written this particular command. That's it, one line. And then they also game the rankings so that they can push that skill to be very popular and number one, etc. Now the second step is that user will install it and use it, right? So let's say I'm using ClawHub and I just install that particular skill. Now that skill.md file will load into my LLM's context. So the model, my large language model, that is like a brain of my AI agent. It will read this trusted config file and it will generate a helpful message saying, please run this command to set up the skill. And it doesn't know it's being used on powerful enough models also. It doesn't even ask you, it just runs it, correct? So what happens now exactly is there is this atomic Mac OS stealer. It's real malware. It's sold as a service. There are 26 detections on virus total which talk about it. Now what it does is it actually is able to grab your browser cookies, your keychain passwords, your key passwords, your documents, your Excel files, your crypto wallets. It will dump all the data and compress it in a zip and send it out. Now, step number 4 is exfiltration, right, via the agent. So when the agent runs, the agent has legit access to your full system, right? That is what it's supposed to have. So when the malicious skill, which is part of that agent, right, it hijacks that access and the traffic looks completely normal. Your DLP won't flag it, your EDR won't flag it, your proxy might not catch it, but it just, the entire data exfil happened. So Cisco said that AI agents can become covert data leak channels that bypass security tooling. So the agent itself has become an insider threat now. Think about running such sort of agent on a corporate machine and sending strictly confidential data to an attacker. Now, hopefully you've gotten a gist of it. You don't have to understand everything today, right? You just have to enjoy this process. You have to just open your mind and know a little bit and then go and explore and try to connect the dots with what you are working on currently or with what you're learning, okay?